أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير.
There is a chapter of the Quran that will argue on behalf of its reciter until it causes him to enter into paradise. It is blessed be he in whose hand is the dominion. Blessed be he in whose hands is dominion. And he over all things hath power. The goodness of Allah who solely possesses the kingdom is great and abundant. He is capable of everything, nothing is outside his ability.
الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور.
He who created death and life, that he may try which of you is best indeed, and he is the exalted in might, oft forgiving. The one who created death and life to test you, O people, which one of you is better in terms of actions. He is the Almighty who no one can overpower, the forgiving of the sins of whichever of his servants repents to him.
الذي خلق سبع سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور.
He who created the seven heavens one above another, no want of proportion wilt thou see in the creation of Allah most gracious. So turn thy vision again, seest thou any flaw? The one who created the seven heavens, each one layered above the one before it without touching it. O observer, you will not witness any discrepancy or misappropriation in the creation of Allah. So look again, do you see cracks or splits? You will never see them. You will only see a perfect, masterful creation.
ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير.
Again turn thy vision a second time, thy vision will come back to thee dull and discomfited, in a state worn out. Then, look again time after time. Your eyesight will return humiliated without having found any defect or fault in the creation of the heaven, exhausted without being able to see.
ولقد زينا السماء الدنيا بمصابيح وجعلناها رجوما للشياطين وأعتدنا لهم عذاب السعير.
And indeed we have adorned the nearest heaven with lamps, and we have made such lamps as missiles to drive away the devils, and have prepared for them the torment of the blazing fire. And verily I adorn the nearest sky to the earth with shining stars, making them shoot and repelling with them the Satans with them who try to eavesdrop. I have also prepared for them a blazing fire in the afterlife.
وللذين كفروا بربهم عذاب جهنم وبئس المصير.
And for those who disbelieve in their Lord Allah is the torment of hell, and worst indeed is their destination. And for those who disbelieve in their Lord, on the day of judgment there is the punishment of a raging fire. Very evil is place they will return to.
إذا ألقوا فيها سمعوا لها شهيقا وهي تفور.
When they are cast therein, they will hear the terrible drawing in of its breath even as it blazes forth. When they will be thrown into the hellfire, they will hear an extremely evil sound. It will be bubbling like a boiling pot.
تكاد تميز من الغيظ كلما ألقي فيها فوج سألهم خزنتها ألم يأتكم نذير.
It almost bursts within itself and comes apart due to its extreme rage over those that are thrown into it. Each time a group is thrown into it from the disbelievers, the angels appointed over it will ask them scoldingly, "Did a messenger not come to you in the world, warning you of the punishment of Allah?"
قالوا بلى قد جاءنا نذير فكذبنا وقلنا ما نزل الله من شيء إن أنتم إلا في ضلال كبير.
They will say, "Yes, indeed, a warner did come to us, but we rejected him and said, Allah never sent down any message. Ye are nothing but an egregious delusion." The disbelievers will say, "Indeed, a messenger did come to us warning us of the punishment of Allah, but we rejected him, and we said to him, Allah did not reveal any revelation. O messengers, you are in nothing but clear deviance from the truth."
وقالوا لو كنا نسمع أو نعقل ما كنا في أصحاب السعير.
They will further say, "Had we but listened or used our intelligence, we should not now be among the companions of the blazing fire." The disbelievers will say, "If we had listened attentively, or had thought clearly like the one who can differentiate the truth from falsehood, we would not have been amongst the people of the hellfire. Rather, we would have had faith in the messengers and believed in whatever they brought, being from the people of paradise."
فاعترفوا بذنبهم فسحقا لأصحاب السعير.
They will then confess their sins, but far will be forgiveness from the companions of the blazing fire. So they will confess against themselves to having disbelieved and rejected, thereby being worthy of the hellfire. So away with the people of the hellfire.
إن الذين يخشون ربهم بالغيب لهم مغفرة وأجر كبير.
Verily those who fear their Lord unseen means they do not see him, nor his punishment in the hereafter. Theirs will be forgiveness and a great reward means paradise. After Allah mentions the traits of the disbelievers and their requital, He follows it up with mentioning the qualities of the people of faith and their requital, saying, "Indeed, those who fear Allah in privacy, they will be forgiven for their sins and will get a great reward," means paradise.
وأسروا قولكم أو اجهروا به إنه عليم بذات الصدور.
And whether ye hide your word or publish it, He certainly has full knowledge of the secrets of all hearts. O people, speak secretively or openly. Allah hears it anyway. Indeed, He may He be glorified is aware of whatever is in the hearts of His servants. Nothing is hidden from him in that regard.
ألا يعلم من خلق وهو اللطيف الخبير.
Should he not know, he that created, and he is the one that understands the finest mysteries and is well acquainted with them. Does the one who created all creation not know of the secret, and that which is more inconspicuous than the secret? He is the kind to his servants, the aware of their affairs. Nothing is hidden from him in that regard.
هو الذي جعل لكم الأرض ذلولا فامشوا في مناكبها وكلوا من رزقه وإليه النشور.
He it is who has made the earth subservient to you, that is easy for you to walk, to live and to do agriculture on it. So walk in the path thereof and eat of his provision, and to him will be the resurrection. He is the one who made the earth soft and easy for you to live on. So travel around to its edges and eat from the provision he has prepared for you within it. To him alone you will be resurrected for accountability and requital.
أأمنتم من في السماء أن يخسف بكم الأرض فإذا هي تمور.
Do ye feel secure that he who is in heaven will not cause you to be swallowed up by the earth when it shakes as in an earthquake? Do you feel safe from the being of the heavens that he may cause the earth to split beneath you, just as he caused it to split beneath Korah? Despite it having been soft and easy to live on, it could suddenly shake with you on it, after being firm and solid.
أم أمنتم من في السماء أن يرسل عليكم حاصبا فستعلمون كيف نذير.
Or do ye feel secure that he who is in heaven will not send against you a violent tornado with showers of stones, so that ye shall know how terrible was my warning? Or do you feel safe from the being of the heavens that he could rain down stones upon you just like he did upon the people of Lot? Then you will realize, when you see my punishment for yourselves, my warnings to you, but you will never be able to benefit from them after having witnessed the punishment.
ولقد كذب الذين من قبلهم فكيف كان نكير.
And indeed those before them belied the messengers of Allah, then how terrible was my denial punishment. Verily, the nations that came before these idolaters rejected, and so the punishment of Allah descended upon them after they insisted in their disbelief and rejection. So how was my disavowal of them? Verily, it was a severe disavowal.
أولم يروا إلى الطير فوقهم صافات ويقبضن ما يمسكهن إلا الرحمن إنه بكل شيء بصير.
Do they not observe the birds above them, spreading their wings and folding them in? None can uphold them except Allah most gracious. Truly it is He that watches over all things. Do these rejectors not see the birds above them flying in rows, side by side with one another? What stops them from falling to the ground, except Allah? Indeed, He is the seeing of everything, nothing is hidden from Him.
أمن هذا الذي هو جند لكم ينصركم من دون الرحمن إن الكافرون إلا في غرور.
Nay, who is there that can help you, even as an army, besides Allah most merciful? In nothing but delusion are the unbelievers. O disbelievers, there is no army that can save you from the punishment of Allah if He decides to punish you. The disbelievers are in nothing but deception. Satan has deceived them and they have fallen into his deception.
أمن هذا الذي يرزقكم إن أمسك رزقه بل لجوا في عتو ونفور.
Or who is there that can provide you with sustenance if he were to withhold his provision? Nay, they obstinately persist in insolent impiety and flight from the truth, and there is no one that can sustain you if Allah stops his provisions from reaching you. Rather, the crux is that the disbelievers have prolonged in transgression, arrogance and refusal of the truth.
أفمن يمشي مكبا على وجهه أهدى أمن يمشي سويا على صراط مستقيم.
Is he who walks prone without seeing on his face more rightly guided, or he who sees and walks upright on the straight way that is Islamic monotheism? So is the one who walks while falling on his face that is the idolater more guided, or the believer who walks upright on the straight path?
قل هو الذي أنشأكم وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة قليلا ما تشكرون.
Say, it is He who has created you and made you grow, and made for you the faculties of hearing, seeing, feeling and understanding. Little thanks it is ye give. O Messenger, say to these idolaters who reject, Allah is the one who created you and made for you ears through which you hear, eyes with which you see, and hearts through which you think. Little do you show gratitude to Him for the blessings He has conferred upon you.
قل هو الذي ذرأكم في الأرض وإليه تحشرون.
Say, it is He who has created you on the earth, and to Him shall you be gathered in the hereafter. O Messenger, say to these idolaters who reject, Allah is the one who dispersed you on earth and made you spread upon it, not your idols which cannot create anything. To Him alone you will be gathered on the day of judgment for accountability and requital, not your idols. So fear Him and worship Him alone.
ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين.
They say, when will this promise that is the day of resurrection come to pass if you are telling the truth? And the rejectors of the resurrection, thinking it to be far-fetched, say, O Muhammad, peace be upon him, when will this promise that you and your companions promise us with happen, if you are truthful in your claim that it will occur?
قل إنما العلم عند الله وإنما أنا نذير مبين.
Say, O Muhammad, the knowledge of its exact time is with Allah only, and I am only a plain warner. Say, O Messenger, peace be upon him, the knowledge of the hour is with Allah. Only He knows when it will occur. I am only a clear warner in my warning to you.
فلما رأوه زلفة سيئت وجوه الذين كفروا وقيل هذا الذي كنتم به تدعون.
But when they will see it, the torment on the day of resurrection approaching, the faces of those who disbelieve will change and turn black with sadness and in grief, and it will be said to them, this is the promise which you were calling for. So when the promise will come upon them and they will see the punishment close to them on the day of judgment, the faces of those who disbelieved in Allah will change and become dark, and it will be said to them, this is what you used to ask for and want hastily.
قل أرأيتم إن أهلكني الله ومن معي أو رحمنا فمن يجير الكافرين من عذاب أليم.
Say, O Muhammad, have you considered whether Allah should cause my death and those with me, or have mercy upon us? Who can protect the disbelievers from a painful punishment? O Messenger, say to these rejecting idolaters, reprimanding them, tell me, if Allah was to case death to me and to those with me, that is the believers, who will save the disbelievers from a painful punishment? No one will ever save them from it.
قل هو الرحمن آمنا به وعليه توكلنا فستعلمون من هو في ضلال مبين.
Say, He is Allah most gracious, we have believed in Him, and on Him have we put our trust, so soon will you know which of us it is that is in manifest error. O Messenger, say to these idolaters, He is the merciful who invites you to worshipping Him alone. We have brought faith in Him, and upon Him alone we rely for our affairs. You will soon know, inevitably, who was in clear deviance and who was on the straight path.
قل أرأيتم إن أصبح ماؤكم غورا فمن يأتيكم بماء معين.
Say, O Muhammad, tell me, if all your water were to sink away, who then can supply you with flowing spring water? O Messenger, peace be upon him, say to these idolaters, tell me, if the water you drink from was to seep away into the earth and you could not get to it, who then would bring you abundant, flowing water? No one other than Allah could.